Yeah, yeah.
So, hello everyone. I'm Lord Harry from Pocket Miracles, and I'm joined by Joel Anthony today, who is the creator of the first ever proper Pocket Miracle signed effect called Hung, Drawn, and Quartered. Right here. We'll get into a bit more about it. But Joel,
Yeah.
introduce yourself to everybody because they wouldn't have met you before. So introduce yourself, and then let's talk about Hung, Drawn, and Quartered.
Yeah. So thanks for having me, Harry, first of all. I'm Joel Anthony. For those of you who have not met me before, I met Harry, what was it? The session last year, I think.
London Magic Convention was the first time I met you in 2022.
Yes, that's correct. Yes,
Yeah.
yes, the Lion Magic Convention, and then linked up again at the session after that, and then we sort of got chatting. Yeah, I'm originally from Australia, and I moved over here in 2018. So sort of been pottering around the magic scene, and then sort of 2022 sort of decided to dive in sort of properly into the conventions and the whole world, and yeah, it's been great.
Oh, phenomenal. Yeah. I remember meeting you because you were at the London Magic Convention and I was introduced to you by Pete Turner. You were there with your wife, and yeah, we all just
Yeah,
sat messing around a little bit. Did a couple of tricks, and I could already see, you were a great person to be around because you were very enthusiastic about magic. You were very passionate, and when we then met at the session, the real time, because I didn't even know you had an effect, but at the session, I remember picking up that triple split coin at the session. You bought it, and I bought it. And then we were WhatsApping for a
yeah,
good couple of months, I think, after that, coming up with all different handlings. And it's only then when you said, "Oh, look, I've got
yeah.
this
We
trick
were.
idea. Yeah, what would you think about this trick?" And then you showed it to me, and I was like, "Dude, what is this?"
Yeah, and that was fun. I think that was sort of yeah, it was one of the first times sort of jamming with another magician, and it was like, yeah, hey, this Harry guy's pretty cool. He wants to jam with this coin idea. We're going back and forth, and it's like, no, I don't like that. Oh, I'm going to do it this way, and
Yeah,
yeah, and sort of that's really cool. But what if you try this? And that was a lot of fun. And then yeah, I think we were just having a chat one day, and then I was like, hey, I've got this idea. I don't know if it's any good, and
yeah.
yeah, you sort of were like, hang on, let's explore this. So
That was great. And so, Hung, Drawn, and Quartered, this is now going to be available at the Blackpool 2024 convention. It is phenomenal. I mean, I've worked with Saturn obviously in the past, right? And I could always see how a product came from an idea, how it was developed, worked on, and then became the final packaging thing. Now, I never really had worked on a product before myself, other than like quick little things where it's a quick gimmick to make, and then you just put a sticker on a piece of packaging, like an envelope or something, right? But never really had I thought about trying to find something properly. And this, it was nice for me. It was hard, as you know. We spent many of hours discussing and trying to
yeah,
figure stuff out. But I'm really proud of the product. I think now that it's come, and even like the sleeve now on it looks just flipping great. It's been some hiccups on the way, but now we get
yeah,
to have this
just a
lovely.
few.
I know. But no, the artwork couldn't have turned out better. I'm super chuffed. So, yeah, explain to everybody what Hung, Drawn, and Quartered is.
Well, Hung Drawn and Quartered is sort of my take on the mystery card plot, card to location sort of plot. So you'll come out and you have a prediction card you hand to the audience members, and I like to play it as I am. So I write prediction on this so that I know its prediction doesn't go on the deck. They hold on to that, and then they get a card chosen that gets signed. You can shuffle it back up, and then you ask them to turn over the prediction, and
Yeah,
it says the word keys. So you then obviously go, oh, I did remember my keys. You reach to your pocket, you pull out your set of keys, and actually like punched onto like sort of the key ring linked on there is a folded playing card. So the best part is you can rip that off and immediately hand it out to the spectator, but also you can then give the keys out too if you like.
yeah.
And that's obviously going to be their signed card.
I remember being really excited by seeing the method. I remember the moment very well, and you showed it to me, and I was just like, "Man, that's disgustingly clever." um, I I was playing around with this for quite a bit, and it just happened to be. I think the real push that I received was in October last year, where I was at the Magic Circle convention, and I showed, because at this point we kind of already knew that we were gonna work on this, and we were gonna produce it for Pocket Miracles. And I had what was the prototype, and I remember performance Nicholas Lawrence, and the quote is actually on the Pocket Miracles website, where he just said it's simplicity in its purest form. Why do you need some crazy gimmicks attached to your keys? Because it is generally exactly what you just described. It's a card that's just on there, and you just tear it straight off, and it's yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah, I think it does. I was really I was quite chuffed when Nicholas Lawrence obviously said that, but then I showed Lloyd Barnes at the London Magic Convention, the most recent one,
Yeah,
and when I showed him the method, he was just like he just giggled, like he just laughed, he just thought it was
yeah,
great, and I think he sent something to me about that, saying that like he just couldn't help but laugh when he saw the method because it was just exactly that, like it's just what it is, you know.
yeah. That's great. So I'm buzzing. I'm buzzing for it. Yeah, man. There's a
Super
lot.
excited.
There's a lot that comes actually with it. I was quite surprised, what because you were very accurate, not accurate, but you were very direct in what you wanted to have included. So yeah, of course, you know, you need to make some cards up, but there are cards ready to go in there. Yeah, you
Yeah,
got
I
a
think
lot, don't you?
that's what I wanted. I think whenever I purchased Magic, obviously I started Magic when I was quite young. So like a lot of people, 10 years old. And as I got into a teenager, obviously you have a part-time job, you got to save your money. And when you want a trick and you get it, and then you're like, oh, well, I can only use what's in here and that's it. Or if
Yeah.
I want to make up a card or make up some sort of gimmick, you have to then go out and buy everything you need to make it.
Yes. Yeah.
And, I think magicians now, like if you're a working magician, you have things lying around you can use to make
Hmm.
things. But
Yeah.
I was very adamant that I want to give you a set amount that you can go out and perform straight away, or you can use those to practice with.
Yeah.
But I also want to teach you how to make it, but not just that, give you everything you need to make it.
Yeah.
There's only
Absolutely.
two things you need at home, and that's it.
Yeah.
Like every specialty item you need to make is there.
No, it's phenomenal, and like because you get a hole punch, you get
Yeah,
a set of key rings, different sizes
yeah,
to fit your finger. You get a key in there just so you've got a key to
yeah,
add. Yeah, and then you get obviously a gimmicked version of the effect that allows you to end clean, and an ungimmicked version where it still looks phenomenal. You just can't hand the keys out. Yeah, and then you
yeah,
have the cards, the playing cards, which are already set to go. So
yeah.
just after one watch of the tutorial, you can go.
That's it. You just got to watch it once, and that's it, ready to go. And yeah, and I think it was important to me to include a couple of different key
Yeah.
rings. I mean, the key rings. I don't think I've ever done research into something so mundane as a key ring. I think I didn't think I would ever spend so many hours researching key rings in my life. But I found the perfect one for the effect, and not all key rings work. So
Yeah.
I wanted to include two different sizes, so that if you've got fat fingers like me, it will work, and if you have smaller fingers, it will work as well. So yeah, just a couple of options, and I think it's really important that those ideas were explored, and I think that it will work for pretty much anyone.
Yeah, no, it's great. And I think as the first real signed creator for this indie company, we've had a right blast as well, man. Especially we have to mention James Keatley jumped onto the tutorial. We had Stuart Etherington or Etherington. I can't even say his surname. Let me have a quick look. That's so bad. It's the pilot Stuart anyway. The who's been, well, I've just saved him as Stuart Pilot Magic. Great. But I think it's Stuart Etherington. He just, yeah, the fact that he offered to film the
Mm. I did a phenomenal
tutorial.
job. It did
Oh,
such a
it's
good job.
so good. Yeah, yeah. Then Jake Reese, who is a guy who lives near me, he did the trailer for us. And I mean, the trailer. We'll take a look at the trailer in a moment. But that was, I mean, that was a fun shoot, stopping people in the street.
Yeah. And I think what's funny looking back on it, I mean, suppose knowing that we were there, is
Yeah.
in all the clips you can just see, like, just when I'm breathing, you see all the mist, like how
Yeah.
cold like just hands were just frozen up, and we're just like, we've got to get the gotta get the shot.
The shot
But yeah, it was good fun. It was good fun.
The what I loved is because the name Hung Drawn and Quartered. Do you know where that came from? That name?
Do I? I mean, as in, what? How did I came? How I came up with that?
Yeah. How did the name come up with it? Because you might tell a different story to what I remember, but
Well, I think for us, like, you were just like, well, what are you going to name it? And I was like, card to keys, or
yeah,
like,
yeah,
key card, or it's like, oh, is that too magicy? Like, and I was like, oh, like I was thinking of like, okay, it's on a key ring, like maybe something a bit more like medieval, like a set of keys, like old, because on my keys, like the flat that I'm living in, it's got like skeleton keys as my actual keys for my
that's
flat.
right. Yeah,
A lot of people don't, a lot of people don't believe me when I show them my keys.
yeah,
They don't believe that it's. I mean, I've literally like these are my keys.
yeah,
So when I show people, they don't believe me. So I thought it's a bit more medieval. That's kind of like got a bit of like grunge and like, all right, what about like hung, drawn, and quartered? And I was like, it's
yeah.
like, yeah, it's hung on the key ring, and like, it's quartered, it's folded into quarters, and
I knew
it's
your
sun.
story would be different. I knew it would be different.
So I was like, yeah, it all links up. But go on, tell us your version.
So I was working with Kev G on an effect, which is a torn and restored card trick, and Kev said hung, drawn, and quartered, and I think when
Oh,
you,
really?
yeah, that's why it was in my head. So I think when we were talking about it, you're like, I don't know what to name it. I was like, mate, call it hung, drawn, and quartered, and I think you then went away and you thought about it, and then you came back going, hey, hung, drawn, and quartered. I was like, yeah, that's the one. Let's do that because it was already in my head.
Look, there's so many names went back and forth. I have no
Yeah,
idea
I
who came
know.
up with
Yeah.
it, but like so many names went back and forth. And I'm so glad we landed on hung, drawn, and quarter, because it could
Yeah,
have been
it's
called
great.
something so much worse.
Yeah, key to card, card to key.
Yeah,
No, so
key card. Yeah.
yeah, and but having that medieval kind of theme was pretty cool because the trailer, no, so the trailer was shot in Cardiff, but the tutorial was actually shot in London. Now this
Yeah.
was just what an experience that was. God, I'll never forget this. So you suggested to check this thing out called Gigster, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
we had a look at stuff, and mate, God, we found this lovely place. I remember it. It looked phenomenal on the pictures, but my God, did it look big. And then when we got there, it was like the tiniest shoebox room. And I actually met the guy who owned or like rented whatever it was. But it was his flat. It was legit his
Yeah.
living space. And when I got there, I mean, you were there before us, so it was already a little bit awkward for you because, hi, I'm Joel, and I'm here to film in your house or flat, even.
Yeah.
And then when we all turned up, I remember the door didn't even open properly. We couldn't even get in properly.
Yeah.
But my God, what a living room that was! I mean, it was flipping.
Yeah. It was cool. Like, if you guys watch if you watch the tutorial, you'll see what we're talking about.
Yeah, it's
Just sort
funny.
of like the grandness of the space, but rest assured, we are all crammed behind the
Oh God,
camera.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I don't think Harry is used to London living. So those of you who live in
Not
London,
at
you'll know
all.
what we're talking about. But I don't think what just doesn't help is he had some like really amazing oak furniture that was massive. Like, so it was a tiny room, and you're walking past these massive cabinets. It was
Mm.
crazy.
Yeah, but I mean, the whole house was painted, right? Like the ceilings were painted and stuff.
Oh,
It's like um, is it Michelangelo had been painted himself, and it was just so
yeah.
random, so flipping
And
random.
so the sort of the fake pillars everywhere as well. And
Yeah.
just
Oh God. Yeah, it was cool. And I remember I wanted to have a lot more filming time, but we didn't. We didn't have much filming time at all, so we had to try and get through a lot. But yeah, it worked out in the end. I think the tutorial is pretty cool, pretty fun. Yeah, thanks to
everything's
James.
covered. You learn everything you need to learn. So that's, everything's
Uh,
there.
thanks to James Keatley for jumping in. So random, like James. Like James starts becoming my little roadie because he was with me, and I was like, "Oh, mate, we got to film in London." He was like, "Oh, okay, sound." But like as if James has got anything to say, he just comes along, just drag him along to stuff. But he did do it back to me in London when we went to film Spitfire, which is one of James's Jack Magic releases coming up, which is just phenomenal.
Which,
Which you've
yeah,
been
that's
working
crazy
on
good
as
as
well.
well.
Yeah, you've been working on that too, which is lovely because it means
Yeah, it's nice to Yeah, it was nice. I think after, he came to the shoot and you didn't tell me he was going to be there until he's like, oh, by the way, you're going to be performing to James Key. I was like, sorry? Like, what was that? But no, yeah, definitely big thanks to James. He came and helped us out, and yeah, it was a lot of fun.
No, it's great. I've got a habit of doing that. I'm not really the best. So when it comes to communication, I generally feel like I'm very good in talking to people in terms of what it is that we need to sort. But when it actually comes to meeting up, I might not even tell you that I've got people with me. I'm just, oh yeah, someone's just here, like, because why would it matter, But yeah, it's happened quite a lot where I just turn up and I've got James with me or somebody else.
Oh, that's to it. Bit of fun.
Bit of fun, bit of fun. So yeah, man, you excited for Blackpool? Where this is going to be huge.
Yeah, mate. I mean, excited to word. I mean, obviously, being my first release, a bit nervous, but I think it's more excitement. I think,
Mm.
I'm very thankful to you and Pocket Miracles for taking this on, like being my first like official release.
Yeah, yeah,
I'm to see that sort of product come to life and seeing it sit on the shelf behind you there. It's sort of like a dream come true for me. So
yeah,
to see that, I'm very proud to see the tin with the logo on the sleeve, and yeah, and I think to see our hard work sort of come to
yeah,
life and then see it built stage by stage, and then from like the little prototypes we had in the beginning, and just the whole process of
yeah,
it,
yeah.
I think it's been incredible. So I mean, big thanks to you and Pocket Miracles, because
Don't
it's
be daft,
been
man.
you've been really supportive, and any idea I've had, you haven't shut it down. You've explored everything. So yeah, it's been really good, and I'm really excited to see it on the stand at Blackpool, and
Yeah.
actually see it being demmed to everyone and see what everyone thinks.
So the big thing I think, which I face, the big challenge I face is uh, having Pocket Miracles as an indie company, because that's what it is. It's just
Yeah,
basically a website shop front which I'm able to trade under and bring products in, is giving enough awareness or getting enough awareness, especially over the next couple of weeks. Now, I must say already there's been quite a bit of support. Like the Instagram page hasn't really grown much, and then for the last week, where people have been talking about, or the session, or people are starting to look around what's at Blackpool, little posts here and there, it has started to grow, which is lovely, because yeah, we want to share this with as many people. This isn't one of those effects where I know exactly what you're feeling, because then, especially with some of the Saturn releases that I've had. I remember the first one I ever had. The first one wasn't even a trick; it was just a gag, uh, and it was so well received that yeah, we sold out immediately on the first ever launch, and it wasn't even advertised. There was no trailer, there was nothing. Right, it just sold out, and we did all the shoot and everything afterwards. So it was very alarming, quite kind of surreal, really. And then when Haribo came out, that was the real one that I fell in love with. That was the real trick where I'm like, this is my all, this is my everything. And again, it did really well, but there was there was a company behind that, and now having to try and give you the same, or put the same effort mentality in, it has been quite challenging. That there's been moments where I've gone to sleep and I wake up and you've been like, "Oh, hurry!" And I've just message after message after message, and I'm like, "Oh my god, Joe, chill out. It's fine. It's all good. We get it sorted." Because it is, yeah,
the
it's
type of
quite,
person that yeah, I'm the type of person that if I have a thought, also I've got to like, get it sent or write
yeah,
it down. You probably wake up being like, "Whoa, dude, chill out." But I'm just like, "Oh, all right. Everything I've done is
and
written down. I can go to bed."
yeah, it's the ones where you get too animated that you send to me, and then the following day I wake up and you've unsent everything.
Yeah,
I've had
I'm just
that
like,
a couple of
that was a
times.
crap idea. Let's get rid of that.
And I'm like, why have you unsent all this stuff? What's this all about? But no, honestly, Joe, I am buzzing for you. It's even better that I know how to do it. Because I was sending you a couple of videos lately, going, "Oh, I think I've got it down finally." Because the dem, yeah, the dem needs, we want a good dem. But I also believe, Joel, that on one of the days which I think you possibly mentioned Saturday, I'm not too sure, you're actually going to be on the stand doing this. So we definitely need to announce that, where anybody can come, not only meet you and have a chat, but get to see the proper creator doing the trick its justice, because you are a machine. I watched you at the session come up and you were just like, oh, Harry, we need to make awareness for it. I said, well, go for it. And you just smashed it out. Like every time I turned around, there was some kind of person having hung drawn and quartered before to them. It was phenomenal.
Yeah, I think I'll definitely be there on probably it's most likely to be either the Friday or the Sunday, but we'll obviously announce an official day and an official time slot that I'll be there. But yeah, I'd love for people to come and say hi and just come and see the trick and let me know what they think of it. And yeah, I think the session was a lot of fun. There was a lot of support from the session, and I think to share the trick with some actual some real big names in magic as well, like people that are big names to me anyway as well, and to show them and to get the support from them as well, and even just start jamming. Like it was 2 a.m. in the morning, and I'm sitting there standing there with Axel Hecklau, and he's going, "Yeah, this is great. Have you thought about this? What about this? Or I really love this bit." And it was really good to get that support. So yeah, I think the session was a load of fun, and saw some incredible magic there as well. So I think if I will sort of come out with an official day, and I'd love people to come and say hi, and come and see the trick.
Perfect, man. So this is what 125 looks like. I think it's going for only £30 at Blackpool Magic Convention. It'll be a lot dearer after that. It'll be a bit dearer after that. But £30, you can see oh, what's inside the tin? But yeah, phenomenal. I mean, it is pretty. The ungimmicked version, I mean, anybody who knows how to pick up a set of keys can perform this, right? I mean, literally, you could show somebody and they can go and do it immediately. The ungimmicked version is simple as well. You just got to get a practice with your muscle memory or just your little fingers, and then you have an absolute phenomenal clean version of it. So yeah, it's not even much practice needed whatsoever. I think any magician who does any card tricks has got all the moves down. Like, yeah, it's nothing too complex.
Yeah, no, I think the ungimmicked version is what I keep on my keys on a day-to-day basis. I do the ungimmicked version, but when I pull out the gimmicked version, like you said, it's just a tiny bit of muscle memory practice, and to be able to just hand out the keys at the end as well, it's just such a killer.
No, it's phenomenal, mate. I am legit really happy that this has. God, that little hiccup with the sleeves we had at the session, and they still didn't turn up. That was horrible.
No, but you only do what you can.
But no, phenomenal, Joel. So, mate, I am super chuffed for you. I'm happy that Pocket Miracles gets such an incredible product to be part of the journey. Now, we get to share it with the world. So, our Blackpool Magic Convention 2024, hung, drawn and quartered by Joel Anthony. Let's play the trailer if we haven't done so already. And we hope you come by, see a dem either for myself, David Marks, who's going to be on my stand, or Joel himself. But I'm sure if you've missed it or you don't come and see me, I'm pretty sure just go to the Ruskin and find Joel. And he'll be happy performing.
I'll show you.
But Joel, you got anything left to say? Anything you want to say to everybody?
No, I mean, first of all, just a big thank you to Pocket Miracles, and thank you guys for checking it out. And I appreciate it. And definitely come and say hi. I'd love to meet you all.
Phenomenal. Right, excellent, Joel. Can't wait to be with you at the Blackpool. Thank you so much, guys, for watching this video. And any questions? How do they get in touch with you, mate?
Well, you can contact me on Instagram. It's Joel Anthony Magic. You can catch me on there. That's probably the best way to catch me. And if you can't get me on there, then just if you have the product or you're looking at getting it and you want to speak to me, just shoot Harry a message or Pocket Miracles, and they can get in touch with me. Yeah, so it's info@pocket-miracles.co.uk, Pocket Miracles on Instagram, or Lord Harry with an I, Lord Harry Magic on Instagram. Perfect. And watch the trailer. It's on Pocket Miracles YouTube channel. Right. Thank you so much, all. Bye-bye.